Well, I'm so glad everyone stopped by today because today we are going to do Trico from The Last Guardian. I'm so excited. I actually got commissioned to do Trico and I was like, yes, perfect time to do a video. I love the uniqueness of Trico's design. He's so freaking cute. He's like some kind of like tabby griffin thing that like came out of some adorable nightmare. Anyways, you guys probably want to see it, so let's get started on making Trico. Okay, I'm going to start by making Trico's face. Trico's face is pretty long. It's not super long, but it's long enough to where I don't want to make his face super thick and heavy with clay, so I'm going to use a lump of tin foil to fill in the gap inside. That way he's not super heavy. Now throughout the game, Trico's horns are growing throughout the whole story, so it really depends on how you want Trico's horns to look. I'm going to go with having the larger back horns kind of roughly sticking out, and then he has kind of little knobby bits where he is going to have the other horns eventually come out. So it's kind of like in the mid of transforming and getting his horns. Okay, now to start on his feet. I made these wire little frames for his feet, and I'm going to sculpt on the claws and bake them. After they've baked a little bit, I am then going to start sculpting again. Okay, the claws are baked. Before I add any more clay to the feet, I want to add some more tin foil. That way I can make his legs fairly thick, because they're pretty thick. They're not scrawny little bird legs. They're pretty bulky. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put a layer of clay over that and start sculpting. I'm starting by doing the bottom half of the feet so I can do the toe pads and all of that. I'm then going to bake, and then after they've cooled again, I'm going to do the final sculpting on top. You don't have to do this, but it makes it a lot easier to handle when getting all the details on the feet. Okay, now that all of our clay pieces have been sculpted and they're all cooled from baking, I'm going to start on the painting. First thing I'm going to do is cover all the clay pieces in a nice layer of black. After I have everything primed with a layer of black, I'm going to start adding some browns to the snout of Trico because he does have some natural browns in his face. And then I'm going to start fading to gray and try and get it as light as I can around the base of the head. Trico has these little markings that go from his eyes. It kind of looks like he's almost crying like black. So I'm going to paint those up and then I'm going to add some more highlights and different things like that. Now after I paint the horns this beautiful green color, it kind of already looks like it might glow, but what I'm going to do is actually paint over it with some glow-in-the-dark paint. I'm going to do a couple layers of this so that it glows properly and it doesn't look blotchy in the dark. Now this is one thing that I really couldn't show on camera because my camera just could not pick up the glow-in-the-dark feature, and I don't own a black light to show it off either. But in person it looks really good and I'm really happy with how it came out. Now for Trico's feet, he's kind of got this skin color, kind of like human skin, but it's kind of a little bit more peachy. So I'm going to go over the black with this and add different tones and colors to give it just a bit more texture. Once I'm done with the painting, I'm going to resin them, let them sit overnight, and then the next day I can work with them some more. Okay, this is the fur that I picked out for Trico. It's a really nice two-toned fur. You can actually see the roots are a darker gray, and then they lighten as they go. So when I do the shaving, I can actually give it really dark spots and light spots depending on how I work with the fur. Okay, and the pattern I'm going to use is this. I drew this out, and I have the tail pattern, and this is the belly pattern. But yeah, I'm going to get all of this cut out, and then I will show you how it looks. Okay, for the sewing, I went over everything with a sewing machine real quick, and this is basically how it looks right now. You can kind of see the different shapes I use to make the shape of the body for him. Now our clay pieces have finished drying overnight, and I'm going to start gluing them onto the body and start stuffing the body and sewing it closed. Okay, before I stuff and close up Trico, I'm going to make him his pair of wings. To make Trico's wings, I'm going to draw out the shape of his wing, cut that out of felt, and then I'm going to keep drawing smaller and smaller versions of his wings and layer them with hot glue. This will give the illusion of different layers of feathers, and of course, since I'm changing from white to gray to darker gray, it'll give it a bit more texture and color as well. Now his wings are going to be poseable. His body is going to be nice and floppy, but I am going to give him poseable wings. So to do this, I'm going to add a wire that connects both of the wings together. Once I have the wire glued to the wing, I am then going to cover that up. I have a strip of fabric that I have cut out, and I'm going to glue that to cover the whole wire along with some of the felt. Now that I have Trico's wings finished, I just need to attach them to Trico, and then we can stuff and close Trico up. Now I just need to give Trico his cute little ears. And there you have it, Trico's all finished up. I think he came out really cute. Okay guys, and that is basically how I made Trico. I really liked him. His new owner that commissioned him is really happy, and he's basically already mailed off, so if you notice him not sitting in my lap like usual, he's heading to his new home. If you guys have any other video game characters you'd like to see me make, leave a message down below with the character's name and I will see what I can do about it. I would love to make some more video game characters. They're a lot of fun. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, make sure you leave me a like. Subscribe if you haven't done that. And if you guys want to, you can follow me on Twitter so you guys get sneak peeks of things to come in my other videos. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye!